So today I've been called out to pick up another swarm, but this time they're a little bit established. It's a lovely view, and this is where they are. They're going into a hole just beyond this corner out there. I don't know if you can see them going in and out. So I need to cut this whole corner out and get to them and take them out. I've got a hoover, a specially prepared bee hoover, which is a hoover in a bucket. The hoover sucks them into the bucket and that's where they stay. I've got my little hive and a grinder and a hammer and chisel to start getting them out. So unfortunately I can't film it all, but I'm going to stop at intervals and do little updates. So I'm just about to start. So here we go. Okay, come check this out. Let's get up close. Let's see all these bees. They're not even attacking me. They're really calm. Obviously they're a bit pissed off. And I don't even know what's coming yet. But they're good. Now I need to knock all this stuff open. Alright, let's get on. Okay, so I've broken through. Found the hive. Not one has even tried stinging me yet. I shouldn't jinx myself, but there it is. I'm not sure how far it goes back. But now I need to start sucking them out with a hoover, of course. And this is safe, bee hoover, by the way. And what I do is I suck the bees off, cut the comb out, suck the bees off, cut the comb out, until I'm down to all the bees in a bucket and all the comb in the hive, in the new hive. Whew. So, okay, I'm going to have a little rest and then it'll be the next stage of getting them out. Okay, so I'm just about ready to start sucking them out. You see they've calmed down a lot. They're all now in there protecting the comb. So basically the long pipe goes into a bucket that acts as a chamber. And the air gets sucked out of here through the hoover, but inside there's a, out of there. The air gets sucked out, so the air's basically sucking out of there, and then the air's sucking down into the bucket, and there's like a mesh to stop them getting sucked up into the hoover. So I'm going to start sucking them out now, hoovering them up, and then cutting the comb out. Okay, so the swarm or colony, whatever you want to call it, the colony, has been here for a long time. I say a long time, maybe since last summer. Unfortunately I've not managed to video it all, but let me show you. Basically you saw all their honeycomb was in there. Okay, so there's the remnant of it on the top where I've cut it out, and I've had to cut each piece of comb out and set it into these hives. So they've got food and they've got their young. So you see? Okay, so 4 frames have 2 pieces of comb in each. So they had 8 pieces of honeycomb full of brood, which is young, and honey. So now I need to get the hoover and suck up the rest of them, hoping I've got the queen. Empty them in there from the bucket. There's a load of them in there now. I need to suck the rest up, empty them into the bucket, hope we got the queen, and leave the hive in the corner overnight. I'm trying not to kill bees, but they're everywhere. They're all on the floor. Okay, I need to crack on with it. Can't stop until it's done. Whew. Okay, so I've just poured the bucket of bees into the hive, and I'm not sure if I've got the queen or not, because that doesn't seem to be going back there. I just have to sit back and wait. Really? I've got a lot going back here. Okay. Right. Okay, so I'm just about to pour the last of the bees in the bucket into the hive. I'm hoping I've got the female, the queen. It's a bit awkward one-handed. That's a bit of a tight bit. Okay. Knock them all to the ground. There they are. And well, let's hope the queen's in the not in the bucket. She's not in the bucket. Let's just hope she's in there somewhere. Because if she's still in the hole, then I've still got a lot of work to do. Okay. Alright, time for a break, I think. So, as you can see, all the bees, I'd say 95% of them, are remaining in the hive. All the ones that are clustering up at the top here seem to have dispersed a bit, and well, it's all a bit of a chance really, when you can't actually get a good access to the hive in the wall. It's a bit of a hit and miss if you actually get the queen or not, especially with the hoover, as they just retreat more and more into the into the back of the hole. So I put this bit of comb here, hoping that all the bees on the wall would come down it into the hive, and hoping that the bees in the hive don't go up it onto the wall, you know. So it's just a bit of a waiting game at the minute. Just going to sit back, have a roll and a cup of tea and see what they do, because as you can see there's still a fair few bees in the hole, and if the queen is there then they're going to ball up around her. But the fact that the majority of them are staying in the hive gives me a good feeling that we did get the queen and that she's there. But then it's not guaranteed, because I've put all their honeycomb in there, so if the queen's not in there, they're going to be a bit torn between Queenie and all the young. So let's see, fingers crossed. Okay, I'm going to have a little sit down for half an hour. So after about 20-30 minutes, they've pretty much settled down. I've got the queen, and they're coming and going out of the hive. I don't know if you can see in there, but there's just a few hanging about, which means that they're all in here, luckily. So queen and all. So I'm going to leave them here for a couple of nights just so they get used to the hive, and then I'm going to come late one night, close the two doors, and then take them away to the bee land.